it's now a good Catholic province in good standing, and it didn't get rich, but it stayed prosperous. We didn't lose that much, and we gained 50 piety. So that's all in all really great. This is the formerly lost Greek stuff that pops up. It could be a treatise for some kind of science. It could be an epic poem like this one, which gives us this prestige. It could be a Muslim thing that gives us this, and they just give us a little bonus. The treatise for medicine and stuff can give us a bonus to curing someone or something, and I think the one that, like the local medals or something, can make it so that the province changes to a higher effect. So this one just gives us prestige. All right, here's a good opportunity to show what I was going to show before. Ewan, our first one, has the chance of choosing his education. And we're going to raise the child yourself. What this does, it gives him the parental upbringing instead of the traits that these give. What this basically does, click it. I shall gladly pay for the child's upbringing. We lose 204 gold. We lose 8.5 prestige. Our fertility might go down, 20% chance. 5% chance of health. I've never had somebody die from this, so it's okay. We go into debt for a little bit, but for 2 months, big deal. But Ewan now gains this trait, parental upbringing. It doesn't have any direct effect like the other ones do. But what it does is it will make events pop up every so often. I forget how often, but it's enough that he'll usually get 3 or 4 traits by the time he's 16, in which case this goes away. What it does is it gives me choices of how he's developing. And what it also does is it makes my stats way more heavily on his stat growth, I think. So basically, it's almost always better to do this with your heirs. Sometimes you'll get bad events, which you can't really get any good traits out of, but sometimes you'll get good events where you can get them like just and stuff, which is really awesome. So I'm doing this more as a demonstration. It's kind of a micromanaging thing, but it's always good to do it so you get a better heir. And I couldn't show it before because I was always having debt problems, but now I've got oodles of money and oodles of income, so it's not really a problem anymore. And from now on, I'll probably do it that way. It looks like our Archbishop of the Breton Marsh, Gomez de Haro, he's a Castilian, is rebellious. I don't know how he's an archbishop when he's a soldier, but this is the case. Now, he's not losing all that much because of my large diplomacy and prestige and stuff, or piety, I think, for archbishoprics. I was just checking my reputation and kind of saw that. Actually, I should be getting a penalty to this for rebellious, but I'm not. I don't know. Okay, a courtier he trusts, tired of this humiliation to serve a lord who doesn't enjoy a good reputation among his peers at all, is prepared to move elsewhere to do his duties for someone with a better reputation than you. Well, we have 3 options here. I send him to prison, eating bread and water, which is much more kind to them than I would be. The Spymaster's health changed by 1. Their loyalties changed by 50%. Notice they're devotedly loyal in doing this. And a 50% chance they get stressed, a 30% chance of depression, 15% chance of illness, and a 15% chance they die. And an event happens that says none can be better than I. Money can take away a lot of bitterness, which basically means we give her a bunch of gold, which will put us into debt, and she gains the trait lazy, which I believe will lower her. No, actually, it'll increase her intrigue. In the event every person has his price will triggered for King Mayog. I've figured out I've been pronouncing that. His name is Mayog. And the third choice, if he wants to leave, the door is open. The spymaster leaves, and the loyalty changes to 100% to the person they leave to. In the event nobody can afford to spit in the dish where he eats is triggered for us. Now, we've got plenty of people who could be a spymaster. You've even got somebody appointed as our chancellor that's just as good as her. The problem is that she is Marzin's wife. She'll probably come back because of that. But what this does is it lowers our bad reputation and gets rid of the trait cruel. Like, look, it's a minus 1.5. Leave the doors open. Nobody can afford to spit in the dish where he eats. And change your reputation by 1, minus 1. And lose the trait cruel, which we didn't have. And then that's the response to that. And now we are at minus 1.1. Now the reputation, it says, is it takes fractions into account. So this is like this is probably at the high end of 1.1, or the low end of 1.1, or But when it says 1 reputation, it really means 5 from here, 0.5 from here. A reputation point is like a bad boy point from another system, and for every 5, for every 1, it's 0.5 reputation to this. What this does do is it takes us below the threshold that we wanted to invade Asiut. So, because we are severely wounded, we're no longer obliged or eligible to lead our troops in battle, which is a good and a bad thing. It means that we can't use our martial skill, which is bad, so that's a good thing. It also means that we can't get the events, which can trigger friendships and stuff, which is bad. And we don't have the chance of getting killed, which is good. So it's good and bad things. First thing we do is replace our spymaster, and so replace her first with this person. No, she is the one that was appointed before. With not him. No, I think we actually want to keep her and find a better spymaster. Yeah, it's a better average. Let's put her in. Where is she? Yeah, that's good. Anyway, back to the issue at hand. Let's take a look at him. He's not as good as his son was. His son, who is the marshal now. They have much less troops. I believe Giza's large regiment can easily handle them. Yeah, easily. Do what we did before. Lead in. Whoop. Looks like Alan died. One of Francis's sons. Sultanate of Rum, who appears in central Anatolia, has appeared in the area where the Seljuk-Turks are. That's cool. It's more people for the Turks to fight with. Now, if you're wondering where the Ottomans are, they are not here yet. They appear later. Also, the Mamelukes and stuff like that will appear later. I don't think they will because I've converted most of Egypt where they appear into Christians. I think they can appear here, but nowhere else. In any case, let's, oh, no. Let's disband them. I don't want to have to wait. I'm getting a new rival. Who is it? It is Demetrios de Hotevel, a Greek Catholic in Sicily. Okay, so we don't care. That should still be enough. We lost half of this regiment for disbanding it in enemy territory, but I don't really care. Actually, yeah, let's make sure it's better. I shouldn't have done that. Okay, now let's declare war on him. Declare war! Excellent. Alright, they reached it, and I like doing that because it's like a cascade effect. Ooh, one of our friends has given us money. Yay, money. That's one of the bonuses of friendship, is that your friends will sometimes give you money or troops or something like that. It's real nice. Oh, our mine collapsed in Sudan. We're building something in Sudan right now, so we can't replace it. Oh, our non-confrontational personality has made peers question your claims. We're going to try spending some influence, and we didn't lose the claim. Good. Librarian Mankura, which is quickly recovering from its long stint in being diseased. Alright. Oh, cool. And okay. We liberated the province. They're fighting, but they have no choice. If you capture a province, if you capture all of the provinces for a person, they have no choice but to agree to whatever terms you give them. We're not going to do this. One of the things we can do is force them to recognize. We have 3 options for this Aswan. Because he has a claim on it, we can keep Mayag as the Count of Aswan, which is what we're going to do. We can force Roger, Count of Asyu, to recognize Mayag as the rightful Count of Aswan, which we don't have to do because he won't have any provinces. If he was going to still have provinces, we could do this so he wouldn't have a claim on it, so he couldn't declare war on us later. This does increase the peace value. Sometimes it's more valuable than the actual things you're taking away. And we can give the title of the Count of Aswan to him. Sometimes it is useful to trade provinces. We're not going to do that because we want this province. But this lowers the peace value dramatically, which means we get a bigger war score. It also reduces our reputation, and this will pretty much even out. I think it'll be at -2 when we do that. But we're not going to do anything, and we'll get about 76 prestige. And take his gold, and that's what we did. Okay. Now we're rolling at 38 gold, but right now we have enough to create the King of Nubia, which is awesome. It looks like he's gonna last a while, and he's getting some stat gains. I usually have the younger sons be better. I don't know why. But we'll save that for the heir. We're not in any kind of hurry to create that. We've got several crowns already. What it will do is make it less likely that we get revolts in those provinces. And less likely the capital events will happen. But we're not going to do it. These provinces aren't all that valuable, especially not until we capture Quina. So we're gonna wait, and so we get the 250 prestige boost on the next heir. So this is our second son. We're gonna do the same thing that we did before. It'll put us in debt for a couple months, but it'll make him better in the end, probably. I didn't get a chance to show it, but this is the reputation after we captured that. Still below our cap. That's good. Looks like we have a Russian in our family now. What I've been doing with Russians is sending them into the army. For no reason other than they've been typically having martial stats, but that's what I'm doing with him too. So, a revolt. Here it is again, trying to promote our illustrious father to sainthood. We won't get anything negative from this, aside from the loss of the money. And let's check out. He is a saint, Saint Alan Vergantkern, the patron saint of dick stabbing. He's the patron saint of athletic cups. There we go. Awesome.